Some people are scared of debt. They equate debt with slavery. They have heard stories of people drenched in debt and how they became homeless. Because every debt incurs an interest rate. They believe lenders are greedy. Well, there is no free lunch on Wall Street. But debt should not be a negative thing. So debt is not all evil, as people imagine. People with credit card debt or student loans would be wondering how to pay these off. So, it seems unreasonable to think debt is something good. In this video, I will show you how the wealthy use debt. Rich people can use debt to make more money. This might be confusing because we associate debt with poor people. See debt as a tool, use it properly, and it can be powerful. In this video, I will show you 5 ways in which you can use debt to make money. When you master these ways, you will then begin to like debt for what it is and see that it is a tool the rich use to get richer making debt-based trades. But before I show you those 5 ways, please make sure you watch this video until the end and do not skip any part so that you don't miss out on those 5 ways that could potentially change your life. Also, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Number 1. Making debt-based trades. First, domestic and international trade use debt as a tool. You might be saying one cannot borrow money to start a business. The new business is beginning on shaky foundations. I don't recommend anyone doing that. But in some businesses, debt is the best option for doing business. For example, let's say you are selling phone accessories like phone pouches and earbuds. There's a pretty good demand for this product. Ideally, a business person would fly to China, locate companies dealing in phone accessories, and negotiate the price. Ideally, he would also ensure the products are high quality. After signing the agreement, he purchases some of these items, ships them to the US, and then sells them. But the internet has replaced most of these time-consuming and resource-consuming tasks. You can do everything online with websites like Alibaba without flying to China unless the product is more complicated. What's interesting about this trade is that you can do everything on debt. Let me explain better. China is now the center of manufacturing in the world. The country produces everything. Every day, hundreds of thousands of factories are working. They work non-stop to create products for businesses all over the world. To ensure the factories had a constant stream of orders, they would loan their products to business people who would pay them back in the future. Well, it is not selling to just any businessman. You first need to have some relationship of trust with them. This is the model China has used for the past 50 years to keep its factories running and the country developing. The client would pay back the loan on the product when the products are sold and order more products on credit. The business tells the factory, you do the production, that's your strength, and I'll sell your products. As a result, companies usually sell above the agreed price to make a profit. Can you now see why this strategy is ideal? Businesses are not using their own money. They just need to master the skill of selling. Number 2. Financing real estate. The second way to use debt to make money is by refinancing real estate debts. Due to its loopholes, it is ideal for anyone to do. First, you need a mortgage. Without one, you'd be paying more on your tax returns. Rich people take out lots of mortgages. It helps them get deductions on their taxes. So they earn extra money on mortgage savings rather than paying them in taxes. I have a way that is somewhat more practical. Rich people use this method to their advantage. They use it to maximize wealth in real estate. How much real estate will $300,000 get you? Nothing. But you can leverage that by getting a mortgage. But imagine if there were a property worth $500,000. It's that cheap because the property is in bad shape. You would have to do some renovation if you bought it. So you go to the bank and ask for a mortgage. The bank would ask you to make a 20% down payment. Then you need to spend $50,000 to renovate it or something around that amount. What do? Hit the bank again. This time, you would be doing what is called mortgage refinancing. After renovations, your property no one wants is now worth $700,000. So you refinance the mortgage and pay a 20% down payment. This means you get 80% of the property's present value. That is about $560,000. With this money in your hand, you repay the bank for the first mortgage. You pay about $400,000. What is left is now $160,000. You then deduct the money for renovating the property by $50,000. What you are now left with is $110,000. The $110,000 is what is left over from refinancing your initial mortgage. That is your profit from the transaction. This is remarkable because you still have your property and the $110,000. So you can rent out the house for equity and generate passive income from it. And because you still have a mortgage, you will not be paying taxes on the property. This is what real estate investors do all the time to build wealth. So, I believe you are beginning to change your perception of debt. Not all debt is bad debt. Real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, which I put a lot of time and energy into, I would really appreciate it if you guys tap the like button and make sure you subscribe with notification on. And if we get 2,000 likes on this video, I'll drop a brand new video next week about the same topic. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 3. Using hedge funds. The third method you can use to make money from debt is using hedge funds. Rich people use hedge funds to make themselves richer. Ordinary people usually try to predict companies that will rise and fall. Then we buy stocks in these companies, but not the rich. They use unpopular strategies. The strategy of hedge funds is the opposite of that of the average person. They try to predict companies that will go bankrupt or fall. They usually succeed and have been doing so for a long period of time. This year alone, Citadel Hedge Fund is up 7.5% since last month. Coast Capital Fund is all up more than 15% in 2022 despite the market sell-off. Although there are one or two exceptions to this, however, the successes of hedge funds are more than their failures. Let me make the strategy a little clearer. For example, let's say the United States government makes limitations on the use of nicotine in cigarettes. Definitely, you know that this would affect a bunch of cigarettes and tobacco companies, Altria Group and Philip Morris. To make money using debt, you can call your broker and ask him to lend you Altria Group stock worth $40. You then instantly sell the stock in the open market. You now have $40 in cash, but you also owe your broker. What if your speculation turns out to be right? Altria Group stock drops to $10. You now buy one share of Altria Group stock for $10 and pay your broker. The difference of $30 is now your profit. What if you sold 2, 3, 4, or even 100 Altria Group stocks? Can you imagine how much profit you would make from one transaction? However, you cannot try this method for all companies in general. You must be able to make a fundamental analysis of different companies and know which one is eligible to short. What most hedge fund managers do is employ hundreds of analysts. These analysts then help them make decisions. Number 4. Through Forex trading. The fourth method to make money from debt is through Forex trading. You can check out the Forex trading video. The link is in the comment section. Forex is an international market for buying and selling currencies. Forex enhances international trade. For example, if you must pay your suppliers in the UK, you must convert US dollars into pounds. Forex makes that possible. This market is open 24 hours a day, except on weekends. You purchase foreign currency, and the prices fluctuate based on market conditions. For example, the US dollar is getting strong against several currencies because the Fed increased interest rates. This is because rising interest rates reduce the dollar's supply. You can use this knowledge to bet against other currencies in the Forex market. When you correctly predict which currencies will rise and fall in the Forex market, you can make lots of money. In Forex, there is leverage. Leverage helps you borrow hundreds of times more than you have. Using leverage, you can open a position worth hundreds of thousands of dollars with just $1,000. 1% profit with such an amount can instantly make you a millionaire. I'd appreciate it if you could take a moment to hit the like button. Your support will enable me to continue producing such useful content. If you have already liked my video and subscribed to my channel, that's awesome. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video. Number 5. Through credit score. The fifth way is to use your credit score to your advantage. Credit scores give you leverage in acquiring debt. Businesses have used it in countless ways to their advantage as a powerful tool. Borrowing heavily to finance entrepreneurial activities is typically the norm in the corporate world. So your mindset should have changed about debt. That is not to say all debt is good. Avoid high interest rate debts like credit card debt. They add no value to your finances. That is where credit scores come in. It helps reduce the interest rate on your debts. Banks will trust you if you have a history of paying back what you owe. Therefore, they will be willing to give you loans. It's all about trust. Banks use loans to create money out of nothing, but they need to trust you. That is what credit scores do for you. Now, if you want to watch more videos like this, then you need to watch this video right here. This video is one of the best on this channel. You can click on this video to watch further.